Welcome back to the Million Potty, 1 in a million. How are you? And we're here with Big Shaq, Shaq Maharaj. How you been?
Yeah, good man. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Good.
What have you been up to today?
Oh, not too much, man. I was building IKEA furniture earlier, so
Yeah,
a bit stressed, but
as you do.
yeah, all good now.
Settling into Perth.
Yeah, man, it's good to be back. I've been back now since October.
Yeah,
Kind of got my coaching business up and running now, so getting into the swing of things. But now that borders are open, I'm looking to travel again.
changes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this the longest you've been home for a while?
Actually,
a whole string of months.
COVID when it first hit in 2020, I was
Yeah.
actually home for like a whole year. And that was the
Yeah.
longest since I left home when I was 17.
And you were doing coaching back then, or not really?
I was trying to, but it was very small scale. I had like 2 clients, so
Yeah.
it's grown a lot since then. And
Do you have a name for the business?
yeah, it's Coach Shaq. So,
Coach Shaq. I saw you want to do some merch on your Instagram today.
Yeah. So I'm doing a bit of merch when I'm heading to San Francisco in 3 weeks. So I'm taking a kid to play AAU over there. So
Just get him dripped out, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, your name's Shaq Maharaj. I know
Yep.
people don't know. It's like Maharaj in Hindi means king.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
so you could call yourself like King Shaq if you
Yeah.
wanted, like,
I really could,
like
man.
King Bron.
Yeah, if the brand starts to progress a bit, maybe I'll
Change it up.
change it up.
But is that like too full of yourself, or you think like that's just
We'll see how basketball goes. You know,
Yeah.
I still got a lot of years left to play. So
100%? Because you're only 24, yeah.
yeah, I'm about to be 25 in a couple of days now. Wednesday I turn.
Happy
25.
birthday.
Thank you, appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah, got anything planned, or COVID's kind of ruined everything?
COVID's kind of ruined it, man. So because I'm traveling, I've got to present negative tests before I leave.
Yeah, and you don't want to risk it.
Yeah, I don't want to risk it.
You'd rather go to San Fran.
Yeah, I'd rather travel.
Party out there.
That's it. So yeah.
So you were in Perth until you were 17.
Yeah. I did high school here, played junior basketball here.
Yeah.
And then I decided to move to Melbourne. Melbourne basketball culture is great. Just
It's pretty big there.
yeah, the intensity that they train at, the style of training, the coaching there, it's all much better than any of the other states. So I wanted to be in that environment.
So definitely new level in Melbourne.
Oh yeah, it's
And
been
then-
like that for years, and the Victoria Metro team is like one of the strongest teams.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And then even like a newer level when you go to America, you go overseas.
Oh yeah.
How hard do they train there?
Oh, it's more often. The volume is more, the intensity is
Yeah.
more, and you have to adapt. And for a lot of those guys, it's kind of life or death. I know it sounds serious and it sounds deep, but it's really true.
I think I was listening to the one with Eric before, the potty, and you were saying like it's kind of like their only choice, right? Like they're trying to get out of situations in like backgrounds which are really tough to grow up in, and even tougher to escape that kind of like lifestyle where it just keeps going generation to generation.
Yeah, no
I
doubt.
don't know if you've watched, it's at Last Chance U, the basketball thing on Netflix.
Yeah.
I've just watched bits and pieces of it, but like you see all these kids and they're like, the coach is almost like their dad.
Oh,
It's
100%.
like a family environment, and then like they're just trying to make it to college.
Yeah.
And trying to beat like the system, really.
Yeah, it is beating the system, man. And it's actually funny that you bring that up because I went to junior college in California for a year before I moved to Canada. And I played in Canada for my last 3 years. But in Cali, that team that was on that Netflix series, they were actually in
your conference?
Not in our conference. They were in our league.
Okay.
So they were Southern California. I was Northern California.
So it's a lot of teams then, hey? It's like,
there's heaps.
So much.
It's funny. I was actually just having a chat to my friend on the way here, and I'm saying the population of California is more than Australia as a whole.
Yeah. It's like 30, 50 million or 40
It's
million?
like 30 something million in Cali.
And we only got like 27 million here in Australia.
Yeah,
If that even.
Exactly.
Probably like 25 mil.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everyone there is like big into basketball.
Yeah.
Here it's kind of like basketball's like a second tier sport, you would say.
Yeah.
But it's definitely growing.
Oh, it's growing
It's
rapidly.
taking numbers away from cricket for sure, taking numbers away from like pretty much all sports.
Yeah.
Especially in the
aside
summer.
from AFL.
Yeah, aside from AFL, of course. But did you find that like basketball was kind of emerging when you were growing up?
Yeah, it was...
It's not at the level it was like right now.
Yeah, see, it's different, man, because the way I put it into perspective for the kids that I coach, at least, I say, we had one division at each club.
Yeah.
So I know we got an East Perth jersey here, so I grew up playing for East Perth and also Perth
Shout out
Redbacks.
East Perth, yeah.
Shout out East Perth. But, and you've got Willerton around the corner here.
Yeah,
but
100%.
example, in under 14s, if you didn't make the under 14s team, there was no Division 2. There was no Division 3.
You go play tennis or something.
Yeah, you go play tennis, you go play social basketball, something else.
Yeah.
So it was more competitive in that aspect, but now there's like 4 or 5 divisions. So again, I guess in a weird way, it's more competitive still because there's so many more people.
Yeah, exactly. So you got to fight for your spot.
You got to fight for your spot.
Yeah.
And you know, for the most part, people are not happy or not content with
where they are.
Yeah. So, you know, if you're not going to be in the first division, you're probably not happy with second.
Yeah, exactly.
But at least you get an opportunity to play. Whereas for us, it was, if you didn't have the opportunity to play,
there's no
then
opportunity to even practice.
Yeah.
And you're big on, like, if you're not playing, you can't get better. Like, practice only gets you so far, yeah?
Absolutely, yeah. So I've definitely said that plenty of times. And a year...
Broken record there, 100%.
Yeah. It was something that I chose to pay attention to when I was choosing my school after California.
Okay.
And I had a couple different offers, and you know, some people get caught up, like they want to go
in the name or even in the division.
Yeah.
So I know you played for a D2 team
in Canada.
In Canada, yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of people will say, "Oh no, well I'll tell everyone."
D1.
Yeah, I'll tell everyone I play Division 1, and then
but you're on the bench, yeah.
Yeah, all your mates are looking at your box score, and they're like, "Oh, well, why are you not playing?" And so, "Oh, politics or something," you know.
Yeah,
like,
politics. My coach hates me.
Yeah, something like that. But I chose to, you know, stay in my lane, and I knew that if I wanted to develop and give myself the best experience, I had to go somewhere where the coach had my best interest in mind and where I was actually going to play.
Yeah. So you got a good game time there.
Yeah, great. From the time I got there till the end, and I finished super strong.
You said you were like averaging 15 and 12 in the first year.
Oh, I was 15
right?
and 6.
15 and 6.
15 and 6.
That's like good numbers. And then they weren't happy.
Yeah.
And then you went even to like another level.
Yeah.
Still weren't happy.
Yeah.
And then only in your third year, you kind of got some recognition, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. So
How
the
hard
league...
is it to get recognition there, like overseas or just in the basketball world anywhere?
Man, it's so tough because, as you say, the sport's growing now.
Yeah.
So as it grows here in WA, it's growing over east. And we just talked about Victoria being strong. So you imagine it's growing over there, and the players are already better over there.
Yeah.
You got even more competition. So, you know, it's tough. And I spent 2019 and 2020 training with the Wildcats, which was a great experience.
Yeah.
But I got cut. So actually the first time I got injured before I was going to college, and I always planned to go back to college.
Yep.
So I was training with them in the interim, but I got injured and I didn't get to spend the early preseason with them. And then the following year I actually got cut. I thought I was going to get a development player spot, and it unfortunately didn't work out. So just kind of spent about 6 months with them, and then they, you know, COVID was still around at that point, so they kind of just let us go slowly, and never got to explore that. And then I played in Adelaide after, and again coming back, you know, trying.
And that was NBL 1.
Yeah. So NBL 1 over there, and I was trying to get over with the 36ers because they were interested in me too.
Yeah.
And the coach got fired.
And then like it's all about connections, isn't it? So like the coach gets fired, you don't know the new coach.
Yeah.
He just went, oh, you're like a random bloke off the street, really.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like,
and it's kind of who was going to vouch for me.
Yeah.
I had a few people vouching for me, and even then, you know,
because you even said stats don't even matter, or like whatever, like your talent doesn't matter. It's like almost being part of a winning team.
Yeah.
Having the winning mentality, and then also just like who you know if they're going to back you.
Yeah. Yeah. So stats, you know, I've put up 20 points a year for the past 4 years I've played, whether it's been here or in Canada. So, I mean, people know I can score the basketball. That's not an issue.
We'll put some clips up, definitely.
Yeah. So,
if you let us.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. Yeah. You can. All my clips are on YouTube. But, you know, all those highlights, all those dunks, all those stats, and here I am still making a push, you know, for the ultimate goal of playing, you know, high level basketball and making a living off professional basketball. You know, I've
100%.
been paid to play, but I can't sit here and say that I can live off that. And that's something, you know, when you're passionate about something and you love it so much, you want to be able to
do it for a living. Yeah. And then you don't feel like you're working at all.
Exactly. And fortunately for me, I'm able to coach.
Yeah.
You know,
which is also like a big passion of yours.
Yeah. I'm definitely passionate about it, you know, bringing up the younger athletes and the next generation, but I'm a player before I'm a coach, so you know 100%. I would love to have the experience of making a living off basketball and not have to do both of those things. especially while I'm young, right? After you retire, I think I'll definitely transition into some sort of coaching.
When do you think retirement age is? Or it's just different for everyone?
Oh, different for everyone.
We see the longevity with LeBron.
Oh, yeah.
Like, how old is he? He's almost 40.
Yeah, almost 40. I mean, you saw the man today, 56 points.
56 points. Like, well, now they know when we're recording this, but 56 points. Curry dropped about 30.
Yeah.
And, like, yeah, insane.
Yeah. So that's insane numbers for someone who is nearing their retirement age.
It's insane numbers for anyone.
Yeah.
On any day.
Yeah.
Even if in the like, absolute prime.
Absolutely.
And then 56.
Yeah.
When you're like almost 40.
Yeah.
You have a son who's like fully 17 or 18 or however old Bronny Jr. is.
Yeah.
Do you think he'll play with LeBron?
I think LeBron wants it to happen. I mean, as everyone would know, I think he does want it to happen.
Yeah.
But it's probably a matter of how LeBron holds up. But yeah, as I was going to say, he's it's different for everyone. LeBron spends so much money on his recovery, and I don't know.
Everyone has that. Yeah.
Yeah. No one has the access to those resources.
Like we were talking about cryotherapy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he probably has one in his house, or I'm sure he definitely does.
He would do.
How much does the cost of sessions for a regular person? $100.
Yeah, it's like
$150.
Yeah.
Each session.
Yeah.
You just can't compete with that kind of thing, He's a billionaire.
Yeah. So it's different for everyone, but like the knowledge that people have nowadays of recovery and the importance of it, I feel like athletes coming up now might be able to prolong their careers a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel like, our parents and
But do you think people are just living longer in general? Like health has just expanded?
I think it is.
Learn more about it.
I think it is.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can agree. Like our parents don't really value health as much as we do.
Well, there's like a huge wave right now in fitness.
Yeah,
that's a huge thing.
Yeah,
but I think I know you're big on sleep as well. Sleep health will become a massive thing in like 10 years time.
Huge.
Like people kind of compare on the Apple Watch. Oh, I did 12,000 steps today. Oh, like I went to the gym this morning.
Yeah.
But like in 10 years time, we're just gonna be like, oh, I got 8.5 hours of sleep last night. Like,
and it's very. I mean, it's not really surprising. I shouldn't even say that. It's more shocking how many people suffer from a lack of sleep.
But is it kind of like self-inflicted because you think you're like kind of hard, so to speak?
Yeah.
Like you're like, oh, I slept 4 hours. I'm grinding hard.
It really could be
but your
like
output decreases significantly.
Oh, significantly.
Yeah.
And I mean, you don't really see it firsthand, I guess. I mean, some people are okay with losing their Sunday to have a night out, for example.
Yeah.
I've had teammates who would play the game, and then as soon as the game's done, it's like, oh, where are we going for drinks? And I'm like, hold on, I got Sundays are for my laundry, for my meal prep, and for my own time.
Everyone's priorities are different, I suppose.
Yeah. So no, it's different for everyone, but I think you are right. Sleep is going to become a huge thing.
Prolonged retirement then. Yeah. But people probably start working later, like regular jobs.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah. Have you ever thought of getting like a regular job or ever had a regular job?
I don't think I could ever do it. I mean, I studied kinesiology and I'm still yet to finish it because of, COVID and all the crazy things happening in the world.
So do you have to go back to your university that you were at to finish it, or you can do it here? Or...
I'm hoping to be able to do it here.
Yeah.
It's proving to be difficult.
And where would that be?
I'm trying to figure that out at the moment. So the dean has been pretty strict on what the course description and the course whatever the course entails here. He wants it to match up almost identically, and I thought I found courses that had, but I guess not. So
it was too easy.
Yeah. So I was just telling you that before. So it's unfortunate that he's making it really difficult, but it's something that I do want to do. I think I've worked too hard to not leave with something. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you've got 2 units left, and a degree is what, like 24 units? It's a lot. So like you've already done 22 units basically, if not more.
Yeah. It's probably been more.
And that's what, 2.5 years. More than that even.
It's more. It's
3 years.
4 years.
Yeah, 4 years.
Yeah. So I've actually been studying for 7 years.
Yeah, it's like because you've been doing like intermission and whatever.
So I went to Melbourne. When I was in Melbourne, I was studying.
Yeah.
So I
was that at?
2 years at Victoria University.
Okay, yeah.
I was doing a diploma there. I didn't get to finish because I got my offer to go to California.
So how old were you when you got the offer?
19.
And then you got the offer, you got a call.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right, I'm leaving.
I was like, yeah, I got to go. It was an opportunity I couldn't pass up. When I got to Cali, I knew what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to do that sports science, kinesiology kind of realm. Got set up with that. did a year of Canese.
Then you had to move again.
Went to Canada, nothing transferred.
Yeah.
So start again.
Were you studying in Canada? So you were studying again?
Studying. So yeah.
But you had to start again.
Start again, yeah. So that was 2 years in Melbourne, and then that was one more year in Cali.
So if you think about it, you've already done basically a whole degree, because like a business degree now is 3 years. So you pretty much could have been done at 19 or at 20. Yeah. And then you had to restart,
and then I did 4 years, and I still haven't finished. So as you can probably imagine, I'm just frustrated at this point, 100%. And it's just like, to go back, especially the way they would want me to go back if I went back to Canada, it would be 1 unit in each semester.
Oh my God.
I would have to find...
So the whole year.
Yeah, I'd have to find a regular job over there.
Yeah.
My whole life would feel like I'd be going backwards for
a little bit, 100%. Because you wouldn't be playing. Would you be playing there, or you don't?
No, I can't
meet the requirements. Yeah,
because I've been paid.
Because you've been paid.
Yeah.
So can you break that down for me?
So I'm no longer an amateur.
So so you were playing for free.
In college, you
play for free. You get your
everything's
degree
paid for.
Yeah. Which like kind of is worth it.
Yeah,
especially with the fees in America and Canada, kind of.
So you're on scholarship. So mine would have been almost 20,000 per year.
Yeah, yeah, that's good then.
Yeah,
but then obviously you didn't finish the degree, so it's kind of like damn.
So I do. I mean, I haven't got it yet, but I have a diploma. Like I just need to put the paperwork through to receive it.
Yeah.
So I've completed that, but I don't know how I can look back. It's with the way things have panned out, it just worked out differently, but it's hard. I shouldn't say I can't see myself looking back. It's more, it's hard to look back and say, damn, 7 years for a diploma? A diploma you can do in like a year. Some diplomas you can do in like a year, right? So it's just one of those things. But, I'm happy with the way things worked out because basketball has constantly progressed.
Yeah, which is the main thing. Yeah. That's the main focus, really. That's just like on the back burner.
Yeah, well, it's my main thing. My parents would say otherwise.
Yeah, well, that's like an old generation kind of thinking, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like money has to come from a degree.
Yeah.
And then it's got to be a job.
That's it. Exactly.
And it can't go the other way around.
Yeah.
And it definitely can't just be like a job that you made out of thin air, which is kind of like what you did.
Exactly. Yeah, it definitely is. And
you create your own market.
Absolutely.
And I suppose that's what you're doing at Lab 46 in Adelaide, like past players or players that are still playing, coaching younger kids.
Yes.
And that's kind of like your business model, yeah?
Yeah, it is. And often you'll find junior basketball in most states are run by or coached by parents. So dads.
Even most sports, like AFL teams, club teams, even district teams or Colts, as they would say in AFL, is like kind of coached by someone's dad.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And I think it's important to recognize and understand that we do have people in the community that have been through the process. Yeah. They understand what it takes and they've learned from someone who's also done that.
You can't even pay for it.
You can't. Exactly. So I think clubs with whatever sport you're in, I think it's important to remember those people and try to retain those people within your community, whatever sport it is, because they definitely have valuable knowledge to pass down to the next generation. You're asking a dad to, and no disrespect to the dads out there, but you're asking a dad to teach a sport and they may never have played it, or they have a son or daughter on the team and it's kind of a conflict of interest, right?
100%. Massive conflict of interest.
You need, when you're a coach, you need
my dad did coach my cricket team, but we'll leave that there for now.
Yeah, and it gets weird. I'm sure your teammates would have been like, your teammates' parents would have been like, oh well, he's just playing because his dad's the coach. Blah blah blah. You can mitigate that by just hiring someone who has played before, has good knowledge, and is going to be able to make your kids better, because that's what it's about at the end of the day.
Yeah, you guys are priceless for the kids. And for the community, really.
Yeah, and I learn that every single day. The most fulfilling part of my job is being able to speak to a kid the week after he had just played a game. And I say he because I've got mostly guys. I've got a couple girls. And, they'll come to me and they'll say, Shaq, the moves that we worked on last week, I tried it.
Paid off in the game.
My ankle broke someone, or like I was getting so many buckets on this. And that brings me joy, because I can see that, they enjoy the sessions and then they're able to enjoy the success that they have translating that practice into game. So
100%.
Yeah, it's really good, and
it's rewarding, right?
Yeah, it's super rewarding. And I'm forever grateful for the opportunity. And, you know, when you invest your time and good energy into it, more comes to you. And I'm at a point now where I've got so many clients, man. I've literally got a waiting list. I'm telling people, the only reason I can't coach your kid is because I'm going to be eating.
Have no time.
Yeah, I'm going to be eating
while
dinner.
You're coaching.
Yeah, I'd be eating dinner at like 9, 10 p.m. if I have to coach your kid.
Yeah, and that's just not healthy.
And it's not healthy. So yeah, you got to take time.
You want to give 100%. Yeah, you don't want to like kind of spread yourself too thin.
Yeah,
and like you don't do as well as a coach, and then like your reputation gets ruined, that kind of thing.
Absolutely, that's huge.
Do something, do it properly.
Yeah, that's huge. Yeah, that's why 100%. We said spend money on mics.
Yeah, spend money on podcast equipment.
Do it properly.
Exactly.
No, but for me, man, it was just like I want to provide a service that's quality.
Yeah.
So exactly, I wouldn't spread myself thin to make a few extra bucks, because it's not about the money.
Exactly.
You make more money when you're passionate about something and you give it your all, and you won't even see it. You won't see it directly, but it'll come.
100%.
It'll come. And
it's all about the kind of like energy in the universe. You big on that? Like karma, that kind of thing?
Huge. Yeah. My mum is definitely big on it. And as much as she will tell you that I disagree, it slaps me in the face every time. And I'm like, yeah, okay, she's right. You know?
I see karma always playing out when I'm like in traffic.
Yeah.
I race to like, you know, I'm driving.
Yeah.
Like, you know, won't say how fast, but like you're driving. And then you get to the traffic light, and then the guy that you just like took over is like right next to you.
Yeah.
It happens so many times.
I know. Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, you can never win.
Yeah.
You have to do stuff in like with good faith.
Absolutely. So yeah, no, for me it's, you know, I would never do the job if I wasn't doing it 100%.
Yeah.
So it's important for me to continue to maintain that, whether I'm running individual sessions, whether I'm running holiday camps. So I run holiday camps too. And I know I've got one person that I trust, and his name's Justin King, and we run our camps together, and we've talked about expanding because we could expand, we could make more money.
You have another person. But it's hard to find someone, Hard
to find someone that you can trust and that can deliver a quality service.
It's just about the vibe, isn't it? You can't really interview someone and be like, all right, yeah, he played here or whatever.
Yeah.
You'd be like, all right, sick. But like you need to have that like kind of like click on like a newer level, like an emotional level, I suppose.
Absolutely. And just you talk about the energy that you bring, right?
Yeah.
Like that's a big
huge
part.
Thing.
And there's a lot of Americans that come over here to play. There's a lot of Australians here that play and that are good, but they can't coach.
Yeah.
And you got to have a touch for it. And some guys just don't have it, and it's not a bad thing, and it's not like I'm hating on them or talking shit, but you just have to have a touch, and I'm fortunate enough to have a touch, and I love helping the kids. And
when did you kind of like realize you had it?
I think it was in Melbourne. So I started. Actually, this is funny. I started my first 2 weeks in Melbourne. I was like, oh, I need a job. This money isn't going to be here forever.
Went to Coles.
This $1,000 that I have in my account. I was like, okay, what should I do? Got a job at Subway.
Yep.
Worked a week.
Should have bought the Subway uniform.
It was 2 weeks.
Okay.
And I hated it by the end of the second week.
Yeah.
I quit. I was like, nah, not doing this.
Did you quit in quite a dramatic fashion, or?
Yeah, I told her. I said I'm not showing up to my shift tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because I got left on that night with 5 customers waiting, and I was the only one. So I had to make the sandwich, put the transaction through, then go to the front, and then make a sandwich, put the transaction through, and it was just the slowest process. And I'm like, she's using me. It's slow. I'm cheap labor. I'm not doing this, right?
Yeah, especially if you're 17 in Melbourne or you're 18.
I was turning 18.
Okay, so like they can pay you like $3 less than like what 18-year-olds get paid. You do the same job because you're basically 18.
Exactly.
You have the same availability because you finished school.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. So they were just using me, and I said, nope, I got more talent than that. And I thought, you know, if I focus my energy elsewhere, maybe I could do something else.
Yeah.
So I had been set up with one coaching session per week already through the club that I was with.
Was that like a mandatory thing?
It was paid.
It was paid.
It wasn't mandatory.
But they thought it would help you, kind of?
Yes. Yeah, they thought it would help me. And so...
help you with your own game as well?
It was more so to give back to that community.
Okay, yeah. So it was like a sponsor kind of thing that the club did anyway.
Yeah. So I was involved in that, which was great. But that helped me expand a little. And then I started coaching school teams.
Okay.
So
you found like your niche.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, no, I'm enjoying this, and the parents seem to be really happy with what I'm doing.
With what you were doing, yeah.
Yeah. And I
suppose you weren't that much older than your kids, right? So you could kind of connect with them on a different level.
Exactly. It's not
like some 35-year-old dude telling you like, you know, like do this, do that.
Exactly.
You know, you're 18.
That's so true.
Like in a couple of weeks' time, you could probably go clubbing with those lads. Like,
yeah, exactly.
You know?
It's like it's pretty funny because
it's like having like a big brother kind of.
Yeah. Because we just talked about dads.
Yeah.
Even now I talk to some of my clients' parents. I call them clients. It's weird, like they're kids.
But,
yeah,
but they are clients.
Yeah, they are clients. Yeah. So the kids' parents, and there's dads that have played good level basketball, and they come to me. The dads come to me and say, "He's not listening to me because I'm just dad." And I said, "Yeah, okay, fair enough." So that's why they come to me for training, not because their dad doesn't know anything, but they won't listen. So finding someone. For parents, finding someone that their child can respect and learn from and want to learn from.
Yeah.
And I think I've been able to be that person, which is great.
Do you think like the creativity to kind of like branch out into schools and stuff came because you were like in a corner, like you were backed into a corner, like you had nothing else to do? You were like, all right, Subway's not going to work.
Yeah.
I got to make this work.
Yeah.
Do you think that's where like stuff happens when you're outside your comfort zone?
Yeah.
Like you really got to think.
I think an element of maybe adversity is a bit too deep of a word, but adversity.
Yeah.
You know, where you.
No, I think it's about right.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
It's like I had to do something. Like I had to do something, or I was going to be into real
It's not quite desperation, but it's almost.
Almost, yeah. Like you couldn't just look at the money in your account and say this is going to be good.
Yeah.
Right. So, and I was fortunate enough to have a few guys around me that I was really good friends with. They were both from America. So Dylan and Josh, shout out to them. I'm actually going to Josh's wedding in London in May.
Oh yeah.
So shout out Mark McGowan for opening the borders.
100%.
That's going to allow me to go to Josh's wedding.
And you can have no restrictions, hey? No masks.
Yeah,
no
I don't think so.
Nothing.
Don't think so. So I'm going to be all good. But it should be good fun. And he's someone that I want to reconnect with because he's been one of my biggest mentors.
Yeah.
He's an older guy. Sorry, Josh, say older, but he's like early 30s.
Okay, yeah.
And he's always been someone that I looked up to because he's played in 15 different countries. He's played for like 50 or 60 different teams. He's had an amazing career. And he was coaching in Melbourne, doing the same sort of thing. And it actually happened in a way where once I started doing more coaching, he's like, Shaq, if you want more, I'm starting to get a bit too much and I can't actually fit them in. So if you want to take over these teams, go ahead. And then I started doing that, and that allowed me to make a bit of extra money, which was good.
And handy. And you're doing what you love.
Yeah, doing what you love. And then that also gave me time in the day to take care of my own things like gym and
and you make your own hours. Workouts. When you like run your own thing, you make your own hours.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you got the perfect schedule.
That's it. That's why I'm enjoying having a business of my own now.
Yeah.
I'm able to, work on my own terms and have time for myself. And I think it's really important for people to have balance in their life.
Yeah.
I was actually having an argument with one of my friends the other day because I just wanted him to have more time for himself. I'm like,
he was just spreading himself too thin.
Yeah, and he's got a family, he's got a wife and a kid. And I said, dude, you need to be able to take time for yourself. Like, I understand that you have responsibilities.
Yeah. People get caught up in it, hey, big time.
Especially with work. If I told...
like, life is like a whole juggling act and no one finds time for themselves.
Yeah. I was telling my sister earlier, I said... Because she was trying to submit an assignment. So she's part of a group assignment.
Okay.
And she's trying to submit everyone's part, get everything.
Get
everyone's things together. And a couple of the girls had work today.
Yeah.
And so they couldn't do it before the deadline. So they copped a penalty.
Yeah.
Right. So they got 5% knocked off already. But I said to my sister, you need to tell these girls their job doesn't care about them. And it's the same unless you are running your business or you own the company.
Yep.
There's always someone higher than you, that doesn't really care. If you die tomorrow or if you leave
someone the next week.
Exactly.
They're going to start interviews on Wednesday. You die on Monday, interviews starting on Wednesday.
Exactly. So it's not not life or death when it comes to your work. Yeah. Sure, you can enjoy your work and it can be something that you love to do, but you can't get too consumed with it to the point where it's like it's taking away from other aspects of your life.
Yeah.
So I'm big on that.
Find a good balance.
Yeah, I'm huge on that.
How do you find your balance?
I think I schedule me first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I schedule me first.
That's real good.
So my mum will get a little angry at me if she hears this, because there is times where I eat lunch later than I should.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm happy to cop eating lunch at 2 instead of, you know, 12:30.
12:30, yeah.
But yeah, for the most part, it's balance, right?
Yeah.
And even the other night, I had my COVID jab on Thursday, and I had
Booster.
booster killed me. My armpit was sore as hell. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I had 4 clients on Friday night, and I said I cancelled the last.
So left arm's out of action, right hand's gone.
Yeah, dude. I was out of commission, and I was like I can't do my last 2, and that was, you know, I lost out on a bit over $100, but you know, I put me first, and
you got to always like kind of weigh like how much does peace mean to me, and how much is my time worth to myself.
100%.
That's what I always think about.
Yeah,
it's like I could work like 5 hours on a Sunday.
Yeah,
but like how much does that set me back?
Yeah,
like if I work today, right? I know it's a night podcast, but let's say I work today.
Yeah,
instead of filming this podcast, like how much more would I've learned from this podcast than working for 5 hours and making like $120, whatever it is.
Exactly.
You just got to kind of like figure out what your time's worth, and
100%.
make sure it's worth a lot.
Yeah,
you know, people kind of undervalue themselves.
Yeah,
undervalue their time.
Yeah, that's it. And sleep is the first thing that goes.
Yep, sleep, and then everything else goes from there. Really.
Exactly. You don't sleep well, then nothing else flows. But yeah, it's important. It's important to understand. You know, life is short, and I think it's really important to take care of yourself first. Mindfulness is something that I'm big on.
100%. How do you achieve mindfulness, or what is mindfulness first?
Just putting things into perspective, right? So, I have a friend in Adelaide. He plays for the Adelaide 36ers in the NBL.
Yep.
And he's big on reading books, and he's huge on mindfulness and stuff like that. He's someone that I look at and I'm like, you don't waste any time. He's always optimizing his time, which I really respect. And we were having dinner one night back when I was there, and he was telling me about his journal. So he does a lot of journaling. Now I'm not at journaling yet. There's a few things that I do. I'll talk about 3 things that he told me. Yeah. The first thing was, how many days is it until you turn 90? So it's a counter, right? So you calculate it now, and every day you obviously knock off 1.
Yeah.
And if you can see an amount or a number decreasing, it almost puts some sort of pressure on you.
It's like a small little bit of stress, not too much, but just enough to get you kind of
something to say, okay, do I want to sit here and watch Netflix for 2 hours, or do I want to read a book?
Yeah.
Type thing.
Like a lot of people just switch out Netflix for podcasts.
Yep.
Watch your life just expand, yeah?
Exactly. And the second thing is, be where your feet are.
Okay.
And I'm sure, I feel like I'm hearing it more these days, so I thought maybe you would heard it.
Mindfulness is a massive thing. Yeah, I've heard it. Like, it's just kind of be present, yeah?
Yeah, be present. So for me, it would be examples. If I'm at practice on a Tuesday night, I'm not worried about what time do I have to coach tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
I'm focused on what I'm doing right now.
100%. And regular kind of jobs always make you just think about what's next.
Exactly.
Because when you're there, you're so bored. Like, you're bored out of your mind.
Yeah.
You're planning weeks ahead.
That's it. So that
doesn't help with mindfulness, at all.
Huge one.
Yeah.
So be where your feet are. And then the last one is, what can I do in the next 10 minutes to change my life? Yeah. So let's say you're having dinner and you end up sitting on the couch and you've got dirty dishes in the sink. Do I leave that for tomorrow and make that tomorrow's problem? Or do I get up and do it in 10 minutes and not have that problem come in with me to tomorrow? Yeah,
well, my mum would be happy to hear this, but I would agree. Like, just do the dishes. Yeah. And tomorrow morning you start like on the right side of the bed, really.
Exactly.
Like, no one wants to wake up, have to do chores straight away.
Yeah. And it really comes down to, you know, how determined are you to get it done?
Yeah. And it depends what your end goal is as well.
Yeah.
Like, what are you going to use that time for? And that kind of adds to your end goal. What about your, like, a morning routine? So this kind of stuff's like, just like all the time. Like, that's a daily kind of thing.
For me?
Yeah, for you or for him. Like, what was he saying?
Well, he's got his own morning routine, and I didn't really get to talk to him about that too
I think
much.
everyone's just pretty much tailored to them.
Yeah, it is. And for me, what it is definitely is if I have a really early morning coaching session, I will get up, get showered and ready to go, and I go to my session. Then I come back and I allow myself to kind of,
kind of wake up.
Yeah, wake up, decompress, and get ready for the day. Okay. So I'll only ever have one in early morning. So it might happen every day, but
What's a really early morning for you like?
Oh, like 6 a.m.
Okay,
like on court 6 a.m.
So you're up by 5.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And so I'll do that session, then I'll come home, then I'll have breakfast, and then I'll get into my gym work. And then after my gym work, I'll go to my on-court stuff. And then any errands that I need to run will be in the afternoon. And once the kids finish school, then... Sorry, not my kids.
Not yet.
Don't have any kids. None that I know of. Once the kids are done school, then I'm straight, to coaching. So starting at... Generally, it's 4. They can get there for 4. So the first session will be from 4, go till, 7, 8, depending on the night. Some kids like to... Or not like to, but they're okay to train late. And some kids are just not.
But it's different. Like the kids that train early in the morning, probably different lifestyle to the kids that train last.
Yeah. Huge. It's. I always ask for a lot of. I ask for effort, right?
Yeah,
so if I can see that a kid is not giving their all or unable to give their all, I'd rather tell the parent, look, let's just knock this session off and let's reschedule it. So
you're saying you'd already start a session, they're not giving it their all.
Oh, no. I'm just saying, like, if, let's say a kid scheduled morning sessions with me and I'm noticing that he can't get moving, I'll say, look, let's just change this to an afternoon and he might be better.
Yeah.
Even tomorrow.
See what works for them.
Yeah. Tomorrow we've got a public holiday.
Yeah.
And I've scheduled kids in the morning and I ask 2-3 times before I schedule it, is he going to be good for 8 a.m. or does he want to sleep in? If he wants to sleep in, that's fine. I'd rather have him for an hour where he's working hard.
Because growth happens when you want to do it.
Yeah, there's no point.
Again, it's like the simplest kind of analogy I can make for it is, let's say your room's messy. Yeah, it has been for a week, right? It gets to you and you're like, all right, I want to clean my room. I put aside some time on Sunday night.
Yeah.
Then it's like you wake up Sunday morning, your mum tells you clean your room. You don't want to do that.
Yeah.
You do it, you leave it for a whole nother week because someone had to tell you.
Exactly.
But if you do something from your own self, you want to do it, it's so much more beneficial, I find.
Yeah, definitely. And that's basically the premise of it. So, it's if I show up and I coach, I'm going to get my money.
It's not about you.
It's not about me.
It's about them.
It's about them. Exactly. So I want them to get better. And some people may not think like that. Some people may think, oh, I'm just here to get my money. That'll fizzle out eventually.
Yeah.
That client will most likely start to fade out. Right?
Yeah.
But now, now I'm growing constantly because I give my all and I'm making sure that the child is giving their all too.
Yeah, exactly.
So
how much do you prioritize your your client's schoolwork? Because I know when you get an offer, you still have to be on top of your schoolwork.
Absolutely.
And I feel like in that TV show Last Chance, a lot of them weren't doing the schoolwork. They were there to play ball.
Yeah.
And then the big problem most of the time with most of the cases I just kept seeing was they didn't want to do the work.
Yeah. It's a common theme.
Yeah.
Common theme, especially over in the States. They just won't even show up to class. It's not even about doing the work. They just won't even show up. And you see it, I don't know if you watch Coach Carter. It's
a little bit, yeah. Yes, it's a pretty famous movie.
It's a basketball movie, and they when they're talking about the athletes not going to their classes, they're like, "Oh, junior battle. I haven't seen him in months. He's like a." Yeah. They say.
I guess the point where they're almost paying them for grades or whatever to pass them in the class.
Exactly. So I know we used to have academic checklists actually.
Yeah.
So in Canada we did.
Because you said, I think you said in one of the podcasts, you're a student athlete. Not an athlete student.
Yeah.
Right? It's a student first.
Yeah. You have to be. I mean, I was a 3.7 GPA.
Yeah.
So I was actually doing really well. But the reality was school in America is kind of easy.
Yeah.
Especially your first 2 years.
Yeah.
First 2 years. The last 2 years are probably a little harder. But the first 2 years are quite easy. If you show up and you apply yourself, typical parent saying, apply yourself.
Yeah.
But seriously, all I did.
Yeah, just
Right.
it's most like organizational.
Literally.
Yeah.
Apply myself. That's it. Did the assignments when they needed to be done. And that was it. Had a great
No
time.
problem.
Still partied.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's life there?
Crazy.
You in LA?
I was in
On
San
San
Francisco.
Fran?
So Northern California.
Do you go much into LA?
No, I didn't.
Not
Thankfully, I didn't go near there because
It's a bit demonic.
the boys
Bit
went
devilish.
down there for spring break.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it got wild.
It's crazy there.
I heard the stories.
A lot
I mean,
of people
it was,
are leaving LA now, though. You've seen that?
Yeah.
A lot of celebrities are all moving to Texas.
Yeah.
I think
it's
mostly
good.
when this COVID stuff started,
Yeah.
the LA, like the governor or whatever it is, like he was pretty harsh on it.
Yeah.
But then, like the Texas is like rule free.
Yeah. Free. It's chill out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, San Fran was good, man. College parties, exactly like the movies.
Movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went to a New Year's party. I've
Insane.
never seen so many people in one house.
Yeah.
I walked in the front door and I was like back against the door. Like when the door
It's
closed,
crazy.
I was like back against the door. And people were just going wild in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They party harder than here.
Way harder.
Way harder.
Way harder. Like I've never experienced anything like it. Even in Canada, actually. Like we used to have, we had a double-story house. It was 6 bedrooms.
Yeah.
And it was just basketball players. So we had 6 basketballers in this house. And we used to host all the parties.
Yeah.
Man, imagine, even this house, imagine 70 people in this house.
Yeah, it'd be crazy.
We used to have 70 people at our parties, generally.
Yeah, it's just chaos. Did you go to Miami or anywhere else in?
I didn't, unfortunately. I would really love to go to Miami one day.
Yeah, go see it.
Yeah.
Apparently that place is like really, it's going crazy right now.
Yeah. I think I also, this was more when I was like an adult, I guess, more of an adult.
Yeah.
I was 22, 23. I went to New York for Christmas and New Year's. So I spent New Year's in New York on a rooftop, which was surreal, man. Like looking down on New York from a rooftop, New Year's Eve, it's like...
Oh, New York looks crazy.
New York is crazy, and I would have lived not even a quarter of the life that most of the people live there. You know what I mean? Like even as a touristy experiences that you have, I couldn't imagine living.
You can't really go into it fully.
Yeah, like I couldn't imagine living in New York life.
So busy.
So busy. I couldn't imagine having a car and driving around.
Oh, you have to walk everywhere. They walk everywhere, don't they?
Walk or subway.
Subway. How's the system there? It's a good system.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, it has its pockets of dangerous places, and
Yeah. Well, as is everywhere, I suppose.
Yeah, characters get a bit shady when you get down certain ends.
We got the essays at the train station here. You know, it's similar sort of thing.
Yeah, different type of knives versus guns, I guess.
Yeah.
But no, it was a really good experience. I'm glad I spent Christmas and New Year's there.
And like, what was like the fashion and the rap scene in New York compared to San Fran, or kind of similar?
Yeah, fashion was huge. Oh, it was. San Francisco. The best way I can describe San Francisco is hipster.
Yeah.
Hipster and hippie. So,
yeah, definitely.
Bit of both. They're a bit alternative over there, but New York is New York, like Mecca, big time fashion. In terms of the rap scene, I don't think I could really give you much insight on that because I didn't really see much of it. One thing you'll know if you've been to the States, you walk a sidewalk, and in places like Vegas and LA and New York, people will be handing out their mixtapes. Everyone's trying to become a damn rapper out there.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny.
It's pretty correlated with basketball though.
Yeah,
I know you've talked about it a few times, but like rap and fashion now. Like you see like NBA players, they walk in. Firstly, rappers are watching the games all the time. You know, Drake, all of them, they're always courtside.
Rappers always want to play ball.
Always can see him. Then you got like the whole Migos, Drake, I think Sway Lee.
Yep.
They all like kind of have their own, not like a tournament, but they always play at each other's houses.
Yep.
And some of them are pretty good. Like,
Some of them are
I don't know
really
if you've
good.
seen Quavo or Drake. They can play.
Quavo and Drake can play.
Quavo especially, yeah.
Yeah, Quavo's nice.
He's good.
2 Chainz?
Yeah.
2 Chainz is pretty good. And Dave East actually played Division 1 basketball.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I don't know if you know Dave East.
Not the UK Dave.
No.
Okay,
Dave
I was
East.
about to say the UK Dave's like 5'4".
No. Dave East, he's a rapper. A bit aggressive, but he can hoop.
Yeah.
That for sure.
And then like so they're walking in, they're listening to rap music.
Mm-hmm.
They're about to see the rappers because the rappers are courtside.
Yeah.
They're best mates with the rappers.
Yeah.
And then they're like wearing like they're dripped out.
Yeah. Dripped
Head
out.
to
Always.
toe.
Always.
You know, and they got chains, they got everything.
Everything. Yeah.
Like they got $100,000 earrings.
Yeah.
$400,000 like rings.
It's next level, man. It's next level. And it makes you realize how different life is for those kind of people.
Yeah.
When you're over there.
Do you think it's possible to be like not a superficial person or someone that cares about like fashion and stuff like that, but you still have to rep it because otherwise you're gonna lose out like fans and stuff like that? Like you've seen how big like all the basketball players, they kind of become brands in themselves.
Yep.
If that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
LeBron's a brand.
Yep.
Curry's a brand. Now Ja Morant, he's become like a brand.
He's getting there, yeah.
LaMelo's a huge brand these
Yeah.
days, yeah.
Yeah. I think, for example, someone like... Actually, yeah, this is a great example. Someone like Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah.
Someone who's really simple.
Very humble.
Yeah, very humble. I know they spoke... as he started to become better and better, they spoke about him driving his old car that he had before he was in the NBA.
Yeah.
And he ended up signing with New Balance, and now he's...
Which is like kind of like would be considered like a low tier brand.
At the time, I think when he signed it would have been, but now it's kind of gaining traction because
of him.
They've got him. They got a couple other guys.
Yeah.
But I guess my point is, you know, he's able to go into that, not drip and not fashion, but now he has his own brand. He's become a brand.
Yeah.
So someone who...
So he's still made to a brand.
Yeah.
But he didn't have to do all the work before.
Exactly.
Well, not the work, but he didn't have to spend like the others spend.
And it wasn't really intentional. It was kind
Yeah.
of, they would have come at him with the deal and said, Kawhi, please, let's...
But that's partly because of the championship, yeah.
Yeah.
Like without that, probably brand deal wouldn't have happened.
Yeah. I mean, he was still really good.
Yeah.
And I'm sure these guys would have so many sponsorships coming in.
Yeah. Just like you, yeah.
I knew that was going to segue.
Yeah. Your mates on the lab talk, they'll be loving that.
Yeah, they used
One
to
of the
give me
guys said he
plenty
got
of shit.
six sponsorships a week.
Yeah, he was talking shit, but
Yeah. Is that a sponsorship what you're wearing now?
Yeah, as you can see, I'm all in
This
dotted
guy.
line right here. It's all I wear because I just keep getting every time we
You
do
get
a drop.
packages.
Yeah, every time we do a drop, I get the stuff. So I do some.
Change your size to mine, and then I'm sure we
That's
can.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, so many people are asking me to do that.
Yeah.
So you're on a waiting list now. No,
So-
but no, it's cool, man. Like I do a bit of modeling for them,
Okay.
and I've got a bags.
Are they a basketball brand? Or they're just a brand?
Yeah,
in Perth?
basketball lifestyle brand.
Okay.
Mostly basketball. It's a lot of basketball inspired.
And how'd you get in touch with them? They just know you off social media or?
Yeah, so I actually met the owner briefly when he first started the business, and then he reached out to me again when I came back from college.
So he was like playing the long game, really.
Well, he just knew of me. It wasn't like he was waiting, but
Okay.
he relaunched the brand.
Yep.
So it kind of died. Not died. It fizzled out, and
Yeah.
he kind of stopped putting his time and energy into it.
Yeah.
And then he wanted to relaunch it. And when he relaunched it, he hit me up and he's like, "Look, you want to do some modeling for it? I see you're back." Blah blah blah. And I was like, "Yeah, man, that would be cool." And then because of him, actually, we ran a charity tournament in the city.
Saw that. A lot of people watching would have seen that as well.
Yeah.
It's pretty big, yeah.
So it was really cool. But Shumi Boxes actually sponsored that event that we ran, and they asked him if he had a model. And so I modeled for Shumi. They do shoe storage boxes and bags, as I was saying before.
Yeah.
So now I've got a sponsorship with Shumi. Shout out to Shumi. They're
Sponsorship
great.
with Dotted Line.
Yeah, so
What
Dotted
else?
Line, Shumi Boxes. And Clay Active is a sock company in New South Wales.
Okay, so you're wearing their socks, you're wearing Dotted Line
No,
socks?
I'm wearing Dotted Line today.
Okay, yeah.
But I actually just got a package from Clay a couple of days ago.
Yeah, because I was going to ask you, like, conflict of interest, like, how many sponsorships can you kind of juggle at one time?
So when I play basketball, when I'm on court, I wear Clay.
Okay.
Always.
So that's in your kind of, like, your deal.
It's not in my deal, but it's not like written down.
Is
But
it the way you kind of balance it?
it's
your
the
own
way
way.
I respect. For me, I have an ego. I
Yeah.
definitely have an ego. That's one thing I'll go on record and say. But I do have a lot of respect, and I have a lot of time for people who are willing to invest in me.
Yeah.
So if someone's going out of their way to, give me a sponsorship or allow me to be an ambassador for their brand,
Yep.
I'm not gonna forget about them.
Yeah.
You know, if they're investing in me, I'm investing in them. And so Clay Active, I wear their socks whenever I play. So my whole season in Adelaide last year,
And they're basketball socks. Or
No,
is
they
there such a
are.
thing as basketball socks, or?
There is actually.
Yeah.
So like it would be performance basketball socks. But his is more athletic and just lifestyle.
Okay.
So it's a mixture of both.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know he's got a lot of. He appeals to a lot of runners and
Yeah.
people. It's kind of, it's fashionable but also sport related. If that makes sense.
So those are your big three sponsors.
Those are my big three. I help out one of my friends. So he's given me a discount code. He's got a brand called Fly or Fall Clothing.
Okay.
So he's got some dope stuff. I wouldn't really say it's a sponsorship. It's just me.
Because it's a discount code.
Yeah.
Like a referral kind of thing.
Yeah, it's more of a referral, and it's more me. He's a good friend of mine. We spend a lot of
Yeah.
time together in Melbourne, and I just wanted to help him out. I said, look, man, anytime you got some stuff.
What's the code? Shaq 10?
Shaq 10, that's the one.
Is it actually?
Yeah, it's actually Shaq 10.
Yeah.
Everything else is Shaq 20. So if
Shaq
anyone
20.
wants to cop dotted lines, Chewy boxes, or
I'll
Clay
put it in the
Active,
bio.
yeah,
I
put it in the
will.
bio. I only rep good quality brands.
You should put a link tree in your bio.
I did have a link tree, and then
then-
I thought it was too corny, and I'm like,
No, it's good. I love Linktree. I rate it so highly as a brand or as a company.
I do.
I use it for the potty so much.
Yeah?
It's such a smart thing.
It is.
Like it really is smart.
I just didn't want people to be like, yo, this guy just
typical influencer.
Yeah, just typical influencer. He's just waiting for his blue tick,
Yeah.
and then he's gonna forget about us.
If you had played for the 36ers, you reckon you got a blue tick straight away?
I don't know. It's weird. I've got a few friends that are playing in the NBL, and some of them have ticks, some of them don't.
I think you have to request for it.
No, not from what I've heard. I have a friend in the.
But there is a way to request for it. Like
there
you
is
can put like paperwork in.
But everyone requests for it.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyone can. So everyone does. But I had a friend who played in FIBA 3-on-3 in the Netherlands. She plays for the Netherlands national team.
Yeah.
She's really good. But she didn't have a blue tick. Actually, it was funny because one day I was giving her shit about having a blue tick. And I'm like, you got a blue tick. You're so big time. And she's like, I didn't even ask for this. She's like, I got approached at the tournament. And this guy was like, can I verify you?
From Instagram.
Yeah.
Instagram scouts.
Yeah, legit. And I
Imagine
was like,
that's your job. You just got to go like meet famous people. Like, do you want your tick?
yeah,
Yes or
can
no?
I verify you? And she was like, yeah,
Great
sure.
job.
So that's how she got her tick. So
Yeah.
there's different ways of it.
How much do you
happening.
care about that kind of stuff? Or like
To me, it doesn't really bother me. I guess if you have it, you're like considered cool. But it's so funny, man. It's like status is such a huge thing, right?
Yeah,
Like
huge thing these days.
I feel like
it kind of goes in with what we're talking about, the brand. Like
Yeah.
status is huge now.
yeah. So I would be more respected maybe by certain people. Like for example,
I feel like young kids who would want you as their coach would be like to their dad, "Oh, look, this is Shaq," and the dad would be like, "Oh, all right, cool." It's like he's got a blue tick. We gotta have him.
Yeah.
we gotta use him.
That's it.
You know?
I feel like I motivate and I inspire so many kids, and for me that's enough for me.
Yeah.
I know that I'm well known in Perth around the basketball scene, blah blah. Right?
Yeah, and that's
But
enough for you.
Let's say I meet a chick at the bar,
Yeah.
right, and I say, "Yo, here's
Blue tick birding.
here's
That's
my
what it's called.
here's my Instagram," right? Then it's like, okay, whatever. If I had a blue tick,
Instant clout.
instant clout. I was out with my boy John Mooney. Shout out to him.
You need to go to Miami. I've heard like there's like a lot of people in Miami complain there's too many short people in Miami, because most of
I
the
gotta go out there.
gotta go out there.
Yeah, but I was sorry. Back to what I was saying about
Like
John.
tall guys don't even need game.
No, they don't.
They don't. No personality needed.
And John looks like a basketball player.
Yeah.
So
Well, so do you. Like, did you shave your hair just because like you wanted to look
I
like
just
a
don't
basketball
like
player?
having hair on, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too much to worry about.
Yeah. Exactly.
Slows you down.
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, we were at a bar, man, and these girls were talking to us, and they're like, "Oh yeah."
This is here in America.
No, this is here. This is
Okay,
in
yeah.
Scarborough Beach.
Yeah, yeah.
They're like, "Oh, you guys play basketball?" Like, yep. And
How could you?
they were like, "Who do you play for?" And he played for the Wildcats, and I was only training with the Wildcats.
said,
So
"Oh,
I was
I play
like,
for Wildcats."
no. That's the thing. I didn't. And now everyone that knows me would say, "Of course you did," but I didn't. I said,
Yeah, I don't know
I said,
that well. I'm gonna say
no.
you did.
I just play like in the second division, I'm going to play in Adelaide, but he's good. He's really good.
Yeah.
And then they were like, oh, who do you play for? He goes, do you know the Perth Wildcats? And they're like, oh my God. And then they got his Instagram, and obviously he got a blue tick. And then they kind of turned to each other like, oh, he's got a blue tick. And I was like, really? That's
it's
really
pretty superficial these days.
That's really what you're basing it off.
Pretty bad.
And I was talking to one of the
speaks volumes, hey.
Speaks volumes, huge.
100%.
I was talking to one of the parents that of the kid that I coach, and I was talking to the dad, and I was saying, man, you know, talking about like chick at a bar situation again.
Yeah.
If I go meet a chick in the bar, tell her about what I've done with basketball, I travel for basketball, you know, I'm going to San Francisco next month, she'd be all about it, right? I drive a 99 Corolla.
Yeah.
If I walked her back to that car, she wouldn't come home with me.
She'd leave.
She would leave. Right?
Yeah. Probably start like not like thinking your story was fake as well. Even though it's true.
Yeah.
She'd probably be like, oh, it's fake.
Yeah. So I'm big on not judging people.
This is a Tinder swindler here. Have you watched that yet?
Yeah, I watched
That's class,
that's
yeah. Dude's a menace to society.
He's a menace to society.
Hall of Fame menace to society.
Yeah. And
nothing
now
can stop him. He's a free man.
He's a free man. Now he's making money off
like giving like cameos.
Yes.
I follow his Instagram, hey. It's
crazy.
haps. I reckon he should do his side of the story, even though it's pretty much the same, because obviously he did it.
Yeah.
Because they've got everything, like they've got the messages, whatever.
Yeah.
Just do it for Netflix.
Yeah.
He'll make like 20 million, whatever.
Easy
money.
Easy. So
Simon Leviev. Shout out Simon Leviev.
Shout out Simon.
If you want to come on the potty via Zoom.
You beat me to that.
100%. Please come on the potty, Simon.
Yeah, we need to hear your side of the story.
And his accent, bro. We fire on the potty.
I know.
Imagine Simon Leviev on the potty on TikTok.
Yeah, and just know your enemies won't get you here.
Yeah, 100%. No, it's a safe haven.
It's a locked room. We got
a safe
room.
haven. Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's crazy, man. People are superficial these days, and I'm really the complete opposite. I judge people from the minute I meet them. If I hear about someone prior to meeting them, I give them the benefit of the doubt. I don't even take that.
Yeah. 100%.
Negativity or positivity into it.
It's all about the vibe.
Yeah.
So much in life is about the vibe. You know, you want to meet like a new trainer for your business, vibe. You know, you meet someone, vibe.
Yeah.
Just everything about it is the vibe.
Yeah.
Have you ever turned down a client because of the bad vibes? Or do you think kids can't really have like their vibe fully figured out yet until they're older?
I've turned down a client because their parent has bad vibes.
Bad vibes. Well, that's probably a common thing, yeah.
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 But you can see when it's legitimate bad vibes, or when they're just kind of being a pain. Yeah. I feel like there's a difference. I had one guy that I obviously won't name.
No.
He wanted his kids to do training with me, and then he also said that the kids one of the boys was bringing their friend.
Yeah.
And I was like, cool, okay. I get there, I tell the boys to go to the court. I said, I'll be there soon. I'm having a chat with the dad. The dad says, oh, yeah, you know, the boys are pretty good. They got good ball handling skills. Their shot's okay. May need a bit of work.
Yeah.
And then he goes, but yeah, look, the other kid, yeah, his shot's not great at all.
The kid that's not his son.
Yeah, that's not his son.
And you're like, he's just tagging along.
Yeah, and it's like this guy's just literally talking so much shit about him. Like, oh, his shot's not good. He can't really handle the ball. So, yeah, just see how you go. Yeah. I'm like, you're a dick, man. Like, what are you doing?
Exactly.
This isn't even your child. Yeah. And sure enough, karma hit him.
And you're doing him a favor by letting him bring another kid to your training.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But sure enough, karma hit him pretty quick. And that kid destroyed his kids in all of the drills.
Yeah.
So normally I do my drills where whatever the set is, whatever the moves are, you go to 5. First person out of that group to make 5. Then we end it, and then we go to the next set or the next drill.
Yeah.
And that kid was killing his kids. And I'm like, that's what you get for being so rude and disrespectful to someone's kid who you have no right to talk about like that.
Yeah, exactly. He could have just been like, oh yeah, these are the 2 kids, my son's mate from high school.
That's it.
Whatever.
That's all you got to say.
They play on the same team, whatever.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was annoying, but...
Few people liked it out there.
Yeah, I know.
It happens though.
Yeah.
You know?
But that's it, yeah. You know, bad vibes, and I steer clear of that.
Yeah, definitely. How do you train the kids differently? Because I'd say there'd be a lot of up-and-coming basketball players, like kids, that would probably train like a bodybuilder. Yeah. I don't know if you've watched TikTok. Like, there's a guy called Prime Train. Seen his videos? He's like a guy with a mullet, plays footy.
No, I haven't.
He makes videos, pretty good to check out.
Yeah.
He makes individual videos specialized for training for different sports.
Right.
So he basically, his whole tagline is, if you want to be a footy player, why you train like a bodybuilder? If you want to be a basketball player, why you train like a bodybuilder? And I feel like that would happen a lot. Like kids are just going to the gym, push pull legs.
Yeah.
It's all they know. How do you kind of differentiate from that? How do you train in the gym? Not really on court. Like we can kind of like understand, like you do ball handling, dunking, like shooting. You do drills.
Yeah.
Different for every sport. But how do you train in the gym?
So the gym is different because you got to understand the sport.
Yeah.
Right. Unilateral movements, so single leg stuff, is a lot more beneficial than bilateral. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have your compound lifts like your squats and your deadlifts and stuff, and those are always great.
But do you kind of isolate exercise a lot more?
Then you isolate. So for example,
do you even train compound or you straight isolate?
No. I have to train compound. So I lift really heavy on compound, and then I'll go into my other ones. And depending on what phase you're in of your period, you have generally you have a YTP, which is a yearly training plan, and you're in different phases, right? So you'll be in the preseason, you have like a general phase, then a specific phase, and then you'll go into your competition phase. And your competition phase,
are these phases based on body fat percentage, or are they just based on?
It's based on your schedule.
You need? Okay, your schedule.
Yeah. So general and specific phases are your preseason. So you can push hard because you don't have any games. That
train way harder. There's nothing to recover for.
Yeah, there's nothing to recover for. You can lack in the practices because you're preparing for your season.
Yeah.
Right. Your off season is obviously where the most gains are made.
So you're saying you lack your club practice. Like don't give 100% of your club practice.
But
you don't have.
Yeah, if you don't have it, it's not crucial.
A major issue.
Right.
Yeah. But then when you're competing for a team spot or then you need to be in prime.
Absolutely. So like general specific phases are leading up to the season. Then you have your in season, and your competition phase is split up. So for example, the start of the season, let's say talk about the regular season portion, you're working at a certain volume intensity and your programs are a certain way. Now when you get into playoffs, what's more important? You need to perform on court.
So definitely intensity.
So your on court becomes more of a focus, and you kind of not pull back too much.
You're not going to lose muscle mass in like the 2 weeks,
exactly.
Right? So why go to the gym as much?
You taper. Yeah. Right, so you just taper your workouts a little bit. You may decrease the volume and keep the intensity high. That's what generally happens. So that's kind of how I would.
So you say decrease the weight, increase the reps?
No. I would say decrease the reps and keep the weight.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's how I would train. Well, that's how I train.
Yeah. Okay.
And if I was to train, I've never really trained kids for full years.
Yeah.
And when it comes to basketball,
when do you start weights with kids?
Anytime.
At any age?
I would say
because there's a lot of myths going around like stunts your growth. It's not true.
Not true.
It's been debunked so many times.
Yep.
But obviously, like, do you feel hesitant to start weights with kids under the age of 12 or even until like they're 14, 15?
I would say, now this is obviously completely subjective.
Yeah.
But
100%. Do your own research.
Yeah. But how competent can the child do the specific movement? You ask them to do a squat.
So you're saying if you weren't there, is that kind of what you're saying?
Not if I wasn't there, but movement competency. So how can you do it without looking like you're about to blow your back out?
Yeah.
Right? Or twist your knee the wrong way. So that's, as a coach, that's what you judge.
Yeah.
Right? So you might put a wooden dowel on their back, for example, if you're doing a back squat.
Yeah.
And you might have a look and see, how's their form look? Let's say their back's really arched or their neck's really, like high, or their knees are tracking in. Then you wouldn't put weight on them, right? Because if they can't do it with a wooden dowel, then you're probably struggling. But if they go up and down really smooth and everything looks good, then maybe you can say, all right, let's transition. Maybe you give them a kettlebell.
So it's just different with everyone, is what you're saying.
Different with everyone, yeah. And physical literacy is something I think that needs a lot more implementation in high school
and in basketball, especially.
No, just across any sport, to be honest.
Yeah.
I feel like in schools in Australia, we tend to
shy away a little bit from the weight room.
Well, we shy away
that's what I feel like as well.
Yeah.
And there's kind of less equipment available.
Yeah,
than you would think. Like most high schools in America would have a proper gym.
Yeah, they would have a proper gym.
High schools here don't have a gym.
That is true. But physical literacy in the sense of teaching kids how to move. So run, jump, those kind of things.
Yeah, because kind of like once you're older, you can't change that.
Yeah. Instead of play soccer, rugby. You can't teach a kid sport if they don't know how to move.
Yeah. I think it's coming, but it takes a while. And then, of course, like kids that go to like schools with better equipment and better facilities just have such a like head start on kids that don't.
Yeah, and I think the demographic of where you are as well, you know.
Yeah, like what club's nearest to you?
Yeah,
huge.
Some kids don't have access to, certain clubs or certain programs.
Yeah,
and again, parents in a certain area may not be able to afford to send their kids, or they may not have time to get out there with their kids themselves. So there's a whole lot of things that play into it.
And that's where like scholarships kind of come into it.
Yeah, huge. So, athletic potential, if that's something that people can see, maybe you get your opportunity. But it is something that needs to change. Physical literacy needs to be implemented more in high school programs or PE programs across primary school and secondary school. And I think people need to place more value on that and not shy away from the weight room, right? If we teach our kids in any sport, or whether they're aspiring to play any sport, not
it
just
doesn't have to be conventional lifting. It can really be like stuff tailored for your sport. Yeah.
Well, you can people don't really understand. You need to move to do anything in your life.
Yeah.
Right. You want to pick up groceries from the floor. You want to do your laundry.
Yeah.
Like you're squatting. You're hinging. You're pulling.
You're doing something.
You're doing a movement.
Yeah.
So I think people need to understand that being in the gym is not just about it's not just about getting strong and stuff like that. It's about being it's longevity and durability as a human being. So and as I said, you'll see it with our parents and their generation and older. Definitely. They struggle to move well because they never place any sort of value on that.
Yeah, and the value will come through now. And then recovery is obviously, like we said, sleep's going to become a big thing.
Yeah.
How do you kind of schedule recovery for your clients? Obviously, that's something that you can't track. You have no clue what's happening.
Well, I talk to them first about the things that are very easy to control. Yeah. Obviously, all their recovery, unless I stretch with them after, a lot of their recovery is out of my control. Yeah. So, first method of recovery, sleep. Second method of recovery, hydration.
Yep.
Third method of recovery, nutrition.
And you said weren't big on supplementation.
Yeah.
It's a part of nutrition, but you're not big on it at all.
No, I eat well and I train hard.
Yeah.
I told you I took creatine for about a week.
Yep.
I didn't see any value in it, so I stopped. Other than that, no protein, nothing.
Yeah.
If I
feel like creatine's something that takes almost 30 days to even have an effect, though.
Yeah.
If you'd given it more time, maybe you'd have.
Maybe, and I know it's a lot to do with like water retention and stuff like that.
You got to increase your water intake as well once you're on it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And I did it for a little. Yeah, it was about a bit over a week, I think, and I didn't. Maybe I didn't give it enough of a chance, but again, it was something for me that I saw gains over the years from the time I started lifting, and I started lifting late, which was 18 years old.
Yeah.
Because again, I thought, it stunts your growth.
Which I see like a lot of high school basketballs kind of start late.
Yeah, they need to start earlier.
Yeah.
And I'm doing some work right now with the Indigenous community.
Like even MJ, like if you watch The Last Dance, like he was like pretty skinny.
Yeah, but he was strong.
But he was strong. Yeah. But then they really put in a lot of time in the weight room.
Oh yeah.
Like you can see in documentaries and stuff, it's way more than you think.
Way more, but they understand the value in it, and 82 games is not like a small amount of games.
No, that's a game every 4 days, but the season's not a whole year.
Yeah,
so it's a game.
Yeah, exactly.
Every 2 days.
Yeah, but supplementation hasn't been huge for me. I've never really done it. I've seen gains because I've tailored my training methods and altered them as I needed to.
Yeah.
And as long as I see progression, I'm happy, and I have been.
No matter how small.
Yeah, every year. I mean, every year I put out a highlight tape, and I look at the last year's one and I look at the one that I just put out, and I try to contrast them.
Yeah.
And if I can look at the one that I just put out and say, yeah, I'm much better than I was in that one, happy days.
Yeah.
Yeah. If not, then we got an issue.
100%.
So yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I'll probably ask you this big question.
Yeah.
Top 6 players all time, or your 6-man squad.
6-man squad. Ooh, okay.
And not on 2K, like real life.
Yeah.
Or actually, let's do it for both, so like combined.
Okay, no, let's do it real life because I think it'll be pretty similar. How I'm gonna do it is I'm gonna do one at each position, and I'll do a wild card.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is like what I was gonna say anyway. Yeah.
So, Steph Curry, point guard.
100%. It can't be taken out. Shooting is just too OP these days.
It is, and you imagine Steph doing that
back in the day,
2 decades ago.
Like the guys would be like, "Oh yeah, he's gonna run up to me, like it's fine," and he's like 10 meters away.
Yeah, and these guys are shooting.
Like, wow.
Yeah, so
shit.
You know, he's gonna be one of the best point guards of all time.
Yeah,
he'll
greatest shooter of all time. You think?
100%.
He's easily.
You know,
he just broke the record. Yeah.
Yeah, numbers don't lie.
Yeah.
Numbers don't lie. I mean, you get respect from a great shooter like Ray Allen. You're legit. So
do numbers lie when it's like Kareem? Because like his stats are crazy, but
yeah, you know, again, it's a different era, right?
Yeah.
So, the guys like Kareem were just such an outlier in their
time, and plus the thing is the competition. Like you can't measure it. It's hard to gauge. Yeah,
it's hard to gauge. The game's evolved. There wasn't even a 3-point line at one stage.
Yeah,
so it's very different. But you know, I tend to give players their respect for the era that they played in. And you know, how good would you be now is another way you determine it.
Yeah.
But I would never take any, you know, credit away from someone like Bill Russell, who has more championship rings than he can put on his fingers.
Yeah.
But you know, the dude balled out in his era. Like, give him credit.
You still got to do it.
Yeah, you did.
Everyone can be like, oh yeah, he did that, but like, it doesn't count.
Exactly.
But he still did it.
Yeah, it's funny.
You know?
People always say to me like, yeah, you should have dropped 40, like if I'm playing in a social game or something, or like a game that's not an NBL 1 or an NBL game.
It's not really like that.
Yeah, you know? It's not. And it's like, you still have to make how many buckets to score 40.
Like shooting a 3 doesn't really matter where you are.
Yeah.
I mean, the defense will change.
Yeah,
but shooting an open 3, still, it's like, it doesn't matter what court you're on. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
so,
might even be harder in the wind and that kind of stuff. Just all the elements are out there.
Exactly. So I'm just like, okay, you still got to do the damn thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But, yeah, Steph Curry definitely at point guard. Shooting guard, I know people would think MJ, but I'm going to say Kobe.
Okay.
Kobe, obviously one of the GOATs. I don't think I even need to describe it. The way the guy moves, his mentality.
Mamba mentality.
What he brought to the game with footwork and just how crafty he was. Just unreal. So, Kobe at shooting guard. 3-man. I'm gonna go with Bron. I know he's listed as a small forward.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's definitely one of the all-time guys. You saw his performance today.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He's had plenty more of those performances, so he deserves all the credit from me. 4-man. Tim Duncan.
I'm not a massive basketball guy. I know Tim Duncan from 2K.
Yeah.
Like
okay.
literally. Yeah.
So if you go after this, if you go look at Tim Duncan's achievements and his accolades in the NBA, on paper, he's better than Michael Jordan.
Really?
Yeah. You go look at it, all the awards he's won, the
Yeah.
championships, he's better than Michael Jordan on paper. That's a fact.
And what era was he in?
He would have been a decade ago. Like, that would have been his prime time.
Yeah.
When the Spurs won a couple championships there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tim Duncan, not underrated because people know how good he is, but because he just had a different style of play. He wasn't like an explosive dude that was dunking the ball.
Yeah.
He shot bank shots, right? And he was just really solid. People would never really put him down, but Tim Duncan is all time.
Yeah, bank shots just become like, everyone's like, oh yeah, whatever.
It's 2 points, man.
It's
the dunk is 2 points.
Yeah. Everyone's like, oh, why shoot a 2 when you can shoot a 3?
Yeah, I know, right? But yeah, Timmy D made a living off that.
Because it's kind of like the same risk. like range isn't really a thing anymore, right?
Yeah,
we
not
see
really.
people pulling up from halfway.
That's it.
So if you're gonna shoot a 2, you might as well shoot a 3.
That's it. Yeah. Now it's like that for sure. I think a decade ago, Tim Duncan made it work.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I don't know if you've seen the video of MJ. He's like coaching like 200 little kids at some academy.
Yeah.
And he's taking a 3 and he airballs it, but that's because he's so used to like the NBA 3-point line.
Yeah.
The regular 3-point, he goes over the net because the regular 3-point line is like too close.
Yeah.
It kind of shows like they're almost better at 3s than 2s.
Yeah. To an extent. Yeah, definitely.
Because just more awkward, that kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. My 5-man would be...
Gotta be Shaq.
Shaquille O'Neal. Yeah. He's a beast.
But
one of the best centers of all time.
Now, he's such a legend off court.
Yeah, he's so funny. And
I would say he's like probably the greatest influencer in the world.
Yeah.
Just because he's like, he never gets involved in drama.
Yeah.
You know, there's no one's going to say something bad about Shaq.
Yeah.
He's pretty much in every ad from what I've heard. Like apparently in America, like you watch your TV, it's like, what am I watching?
Yeah.
Just watching Shaq.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, like, yeah, he's just, no problems.
Yeah. Entertainment
easy going. He's a DJ.
Yeah.
Diesel.
Oh, what doesn't this guy do?
Heavy Diesel, is that his name? His DJ name?
I don't know what I think it has Heavy Diesel.
Something like that, yeah.
I don't know what it is exactly.
He's pretty good though. Goes to Tomorrowland, that kind of stuff.
I know, yeah. He's so funny.
Yeah.
He's so funny. But yeah, no, his performance on a basketball court is like, he dominated. Yeah. Literally, beast and domination is the only 2 words to describe this guy.
Yeah, and he's not even as tall as like Giannis.
Yeah, I know, but he was just strong and that power, man. The guy ripped down how many rings?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then my wild card, new age guy.
Yeah.
Someone that's one of my favorite players. I have 2 favorite players. The first one is Joe Johnson, but my other one, who I'm picking as my wild card, is DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah.
So he's obviously had a great run with Toronto. He was the man when he was over there. Now he bounced around. He went to San Antonio, and now he's at the Bulls.
Yeah.
And man, this guy is breaking records at the moment, and I think he's only getting better than he has been for the past decade. Right? The guy was the man, as I said, in Toronto, and now he's still doing his thing in Chicago at an even higher level.
Fair enough.
So he deserves all the respect he can get, and I love him as a player. The way he plays, the mid-range game he has, his composure, his footwork, unreal.
So MJ's not even on your list.
MJ's not on my list, unfortunately.
Is MJ your GOAT though?
I think MJ has to be given the GOAT. I think
LeBron might be the better basketballer, better player, but MJ was a better sportsman, or
I don't know,
something like that. It's kind of like, I feel like GOATs can't be made in like this era.
Yeah,
like,
it's hard to say.
It's a controversial opinion, but I think there will never be a GOAT of a sport ever again that's not born yet or like still playing. Because I feel like in boxing, right, like that's done. Like I know Floyd's on, but like Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson, clearly the GOATs. And then like cricket, Don Bradman. Like tennis, either Federer, Nadal. Between those 2, but they're done pretty much. And then basketball, like MJ. Like all the sports have their GOAT. Like running, Usain Bolt. Even if someone beat him, he's still the GOAT.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I feel you on that.
Because that era, like the amount of stuff that they had, like sport was just different. Sport was like 50% heart, 50% skill. Now it's almost like all skill.
Yeah, that's very true. That's a good way to put it. And MJ was one of those guys that I think
play with heart.
Yeah, that heart was something that you don't see often these days, but also his consistency.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pitches out there where
it's not even playing your prime.
Yeah, I know.
Supposedly,
right?
Well, yeah.
There's a lot of pictures out there that where you see imagine like a Facebook picture, for example, and it lists his game scores in a row, and you look at these numbers, and I can't remember which. There would have been multiple seasons, but the one season that I saw, the guy didn't. There was one picture where there wasn't a number less than 37 points.
Yeah,
and I'm like, dude. How is that your minimum in a season?
And that's just freakish stuff. Yeah. It won't happen again. And even if it did, it wouldn't be special like him.
Exactly.
If that makes sense.
And someone like LeBron, I don't think you see it like that. you see that performance.
Well, I mean, I
but
suppose
not
he's
that
old now, but he
consistently.
doesn't even play like half the games.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, now we're soft. Like,
Yeah.
the league is much softer than it was 2 decades, three decades ago.
Even though everyone's skills improved drastically,
there's always excuses.
there's always 100%. And
So-
like injuries, like MJ played through injury,
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
and that's what goats do. Like Mike Tyson, he like their spinal. You know when he's like has
exactly.
all this like spinal, like something wrong with his back. His back was broken.
Yeah.
And he still fought and he
That's
won.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I don't think
Yeah.
can't be replicated.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
That's very true. That's very
No
true.
more goats in any sport.
Yeah. I don't think so. You'll talk about all-time players or athletes, but
Yeah, like Hall of Fame. Yeah, like LeBron, obviously.
yeah, but not goats.
Really good, but not goats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agree.
And then what about your Hall of Fame rappers?
Hall
Top
of Fame
5 all
rappers.
time.
Top 5. You want me to go
What you said on your lab talk, I was like 100%. I
Yeah.
agree with that.
Yeah.
I think you had Drake at number 1.
Drake at number 1. Yep.
Was it Young Thug at number 6 or
Young
5?
Thug got an honorable mention. I believe.
Honorable mention?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd add that as well.
So Drake.
Tory Lanez. I love Tory Lanez.
Tory Lanez is
He's
dope.
class.
Yeah.
Future.
Future was up there. Yep.
You had Travis, but I think Travis is kind of done now.
Yeah, Travis is kind of phased out a little, but
And I feel like
old Travis is good Travis.
Yeah, but he
So-
almost had didn't have a one-hit wonder, but he had 3 or 4 one-hit wonders,
Yeah.
and that was kind of it.
Yeah. And
if that makes sense.
yeah, no, I agree. Travis is just very, I don't know.
It's just different.
Yeah, he's different. The way he performs too. Like,
But yeah, we both don't rate Kanye West.
No, yeah, I don't rate Kanye.
I don't think so.
Pop Smoke, I had it 3.
100%. Can you believe Pop Smoke just releases like 1 album while he's alive? I
Yeah.
think it's 3 after he passed away.
Yeah.
Because obviously his management
Yeah,
recorded,
yeah.
but they were pre-recorded to an extent.
Yeah.
And pretty much all the songs in every album slap more than like an artist that's been doing it for decades.
Yeah.
Like some people's goats don't even compare to Pop Smoke.
Pop Smoke is legit.
You can turn Pop Smoke up
Yeah.
anytime.
Yeah.
You're going crazy.
Exactly.
Any song.
Yeah.
You could like do like a roll the dice for what song you play for Pop Smoke and be
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
I don't think you could say that for other artists. So
Yeah. No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
yeah,
I
I just wish he was like here. Like
That
imagine.
would be crazy. It would be making some fire content.
100%.
It's weird. I saw YG in California when I was there.
Think he's sick.
He's crazy as hell.
He's still like in the Crip life.
Yeah, he's still like a
Like
gang
he's Crip
member.
walking. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's
He'll only wear red.
well, no,
everywhere he
so
goes.
he's a blood. He's not a Crip. So Crip's blue. Yeah, he's blood, but he's like he's just crazy.
Yeah.
Like he'll be the type of guy to be performing, and then he'd ask girls to lift their shirts up. And
Yeah.
girls would do it because they're crazy about him. And
I feel like his music's not on the level though.
it's not, but he's like he gets so much love, and he's big. He's big in the Bay Area, which is San Francisco.
But do you think it's because you saw him and you kind of lived there for a bit, so you're like, yeah, he's
Yeah, I
good?
think he's just an honorable mention because he's like he just makes dope shit, and I think
Yeah.
because he has that swagger about him, that also helps. That helps
Yeah.
whether you're an athlete, even.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know, like that swagger
100%.
that you have and that attitude, like it gets respected.
Yeah.
Look at someone like Nick Kyrgios.
Yeah, I feel like you're the Kyrgios fan because I am. I love him.
Yeah, I do like him. There's some things he does is a bit outlandish. Like when he hit that, didn't he hit a tennis ball and it hit a kid in the head?
Yeah.
I was like, dude, what are you
But I
doing?
mean, if you
Come
look
on.
at like Alexander Zverev, like legit this week or like
Yeah.
a week and a half, I don't know if you saw it. Did
Yeah.
you see it?
Yeah.
He's like smashing his racket on the referees. I feel like that's worse.
Yeah, it is. But Kyrgios is just constant.
Yeah.
Like there's never a moment where it's like, oh, he's chill, he's normal.
Yeah.
He's always
But I
got
feel
some
like he
shit.
encompasses a lot or embodies a lot what like olden day sport was like.
Yeah,
Like he's got
yeah,
that
definitely. Spirit, exactly. And
But
I think-
he's a great brand. But further than that, he's a great marketer.
yeah,
He kind of plays into like what I call like the Jake Paul business model.
yeah,
So it's pretty much gets so many people to like you and gets even more people to hate you that either way you're making money off them.
absolutely.
Like Jake Paul, he does all these celebrity boxing fights. Most people watching and paying to see him get knocked out.
yeah,
He sets it up so it won't happen,
yeah,
but they're pretty much paying him because they want to watch him lose.
yeah.
But you're paying him. You got to remember that. You're
Exactly,
paying him,
you
guys.
are paying him.
Same as Kyrgios.
Yeah,
You know, everyone tunes in. He gets a lot of numbers on 7 or whatever it is, 9 or whatever it is now.
yeah,
But like most of the people, it's like old people, like, oh, I hate this guy.
Yeah.
I hate him.
Exactly.
He's so bad for Australian sport. But they're watching.
Exactly.
Giving him money.
There is 2 random people that have the same kind of model.
Yeah.
LeVar Ball is one of them.
Okay, yeah, so the dad of the...
Yeah, of the Ball brothers.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Well, just talk about him now, but...
Loud, obnoxious guy.
I love when he said, I'll see you in 2 years.
Yeah, that's it. And it's like, people are like, this guy's a fool. But again, you're watching him and you're tuned into all of his bullshit, so to speak.
I think he takes a lot from, like, the Kardashians' mum.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, she kind of got, like, media to hate them.
Yeah.
Love them, but also, like, the healthy balance of jealousy.
Yeah.
Because for jealousy to happen, you have to kind of like someone, but also hate them, if that makes sense.
That's very true. Yeah.
So then, like, she pretty much got the whole world jealous of her daughters.
Yeah.
And now they're paying them.
Exactly.
And he's also got the whole world jealous of his sons.
Yeah.
Like, that's like the dream lifestyle. Imagine you grow up with three brothers. You all play NBA. Yeah. You're all having fun.
Yeah. It is a dream lifestyle. And the other person is Spanion.
I've heard that, but I don't know who that is.
Okay, so Spanion is like a social media kind of sensation. He's from what is it? He's in Sydney.
Yeah, he's from Australia. He's big on TikTok.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the suburb that he's from. Redfern.
Okay.
I think he's from Redfern in Sydney. And the guy is just an obnoxious dude, right? Just doing whatever the hell he wants, saying whatever the hell he wants. He's been to jail. Yeah. And now he's monetizing all that, putting all his...
Such a good business plan.
Yeah, just putting all of his shit on social media and people fuck with it.
Even Kanye's doing that now.
Yeah.
Kanye's putting his whole life out there.
Yeah. What about Kanye at the Super Bowl wearing that thing where he couldn't even see anything?
I've seen like the memes where it's like what Kanye can see. Apparently he whispered, like someone was sitting behind him.
Yeah.
And heard him whisper to the person that was next to him. I'm not sure who it was.
Yeah.
I think, was it the guy that, like the NFL player that quit during the game?
Yeah.
What's his name?
I think it might. I'm picturing the face, but I don't know the name.
Apparently he whispered to them, like, oh, I shouldn't have worn this thing. I should have gone for something else. Like, this is terrible.
But you know what? He got his publicity.
Yeah.
If that's what he wanted.
I think he overkills it a bit. Like,
yeah, he definitely does.
He does it. Everyone pays attention. Whole world, stops and stares for a while, whatever.
Yeah.
And then, because he keeps doing it, people are like, all right, same old Kanye shit. If he did it a bit less, he found a healthy balance, he'd probably do it better.
Yeah, 100%.
But he plays up every 2 months.
Yeah, I know.
But that business model is becoming a big thing.
Yeah, and you'll see it more, I reckon.
How long until we see that with like a whole team? Like a whole team just like in basketball or anywhere?
I don't know if we'd see it with a whole team. I
feel like maybe the Australian cricket team after the sandpaper thing. Yeah. Close. But not really.
Yeah, maybe close. I still don't think it would go.
Yeah.
I don't think a whole team, that's a lot of people.
Yeah. But a whole team of basketball players could happen.
5 players or 10 players?
5 players.
Maybe 5, yeah.
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 And they've just been known for that.
Yeah.
But I suppose that's kind of what the Bulls were at that time.
Well, it was actually the Detroit Pistons.
Oh, yeah, the people that they beat the first time, yeah?
Yeah.
They were like unstoppable.
Yeah, so they were...
in the Last Dance, that's shown actually that's well documented.
Yeah. The Detroit Pistons with some dogs, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. No.
But yeah, who's the last rapper then? Got 4. So we've got Toxic King, the GOAT, Future. We've got Drake, Certified Lover Boy. We got Tory Lanez, 5 Foot King.
So that's 3?
That's 3, and then we got Pop Smoke.
Pop Smoke? Wait, Drake, Travis.
No, not Travis. Oh, you putting Travis in?
Oh, we're not putting Travis in, okay. If we're not
we won't, just because of his like recent controversy and stuff. Ooh. The Astro World.
Okay.
You seen that? That was crazy.
Yeah. No, that's very fair. My guy had people going to hospital. So
yeah, that's bad.
Oh, you're gonna put me on the spot right here.
I'm struggling to think of another rapper.
Yeah, hold on.
Pull up Spotify quickly.
You know what? Maybe let me go look at my.
Anything but Rap Caviar.
No. I got my list. Let me check right now. I want to give you
100%.
guys an actual.
Do we think branch out into a UK artist?
Ooh.
Stormzy is good. I wouldn't say GOAT though.
I wouldn't say GOAT. Okay, I got 2 here. I'm gonna let you. Wow. Hold on, I got 3.
Just say like 5.
Huh?
Just say like as many as you want. Let's see.
Okay. What are our thoughts? Obviously, J. Cole, great lyricist.
I'm sorry.
Great
Okay,
lyricist,
listen,
though.
You put on J. Cole, he releases a song. This is my opinion, though. People hate this. You put on a song, lyrics hit you first.
Yeah.
Then the beat. But to play a song for the third time means you have to vibe with it, and I don't think there's much vibes with J. Cole.
I'd agree. I'm not a huge J. Cole fan.
I know you play like music before you start your games, or like when you work out.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say you're playing J.
You
Cole.
wouldn't. No, you wouldn't play J. Cole. Next,
but that's different for everyone. Some people connect with the lyrics more.
True.
For me, I connect with the beat way more than
way
the
more.
lyrics.
I mean, that's what basketball players is. I feel, but basketball players are.
I just feel like in my rhythm, that kind of thing. It just
it's a beat thing. Lil Baby.
He's good. I think he's. I know we're saying there's no more goats, but Lil Baby wouldn't be a goat, but he'd be on a Mount Rushmore of rap.
Yeah.
You know?
That's true.
100% the bangers he makes. His collabs with Drake 3 years ago, 2018 kind of time.
Yep.
Insane. His new stuff is insane.
Yep.
His song, I don't like lyrics much, but his song when COVID was happening and the Black Lives Matter song, I'm not sure what it's called.
Yeah.
It actually is really good.
Yeah, it is very
It's
good.
actually insane.
Yeah. No,
it still has a good beat to it. Like you can still vibe with that.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to be on like a intellectual level to vibe with that song.
Exactly.
But you can be if you want to.
Yeah, and Lil Baby is hype. Like you know, when I can play him before a game and get hyped up. Roddy Ricch.
Nah.
No, not enough. So. I wouldn't say enough bangers, but I think he's a great artist.
Yeah. Who else was on there?
There was one more.
Yeah.
And now this is going to be unpopular opinion. Tiger.
I like Tiger.
Tiger is you can hate Tiger and you will still sing and dance to his music.
Well, yeah.
Actually,
or he's from LA.
No, I think he's from LA.
Yeah,
He's from LA.
Tiger's sick. I wish he was more consistent.
Yeah.
No, not consistent. I wish he posted more. I wish he released more.
Well, I feel like
he did. He had his time.
Yeah, he had his time. I mean, Rack City was the start of it, I feel like. But
Taste is a new level. Taste is like one of those once in a generational songs.
Yeah, but when Taste hit, every other hit sounded like Taste.
Yeah.
So that's the only issue. That's the only issue I have with him. But you know what? You will listen to Taste. You'll love it. Great. Then he releases the next song. Then you'll say, "Oh, this sounds like Taste," and you'll listen to that same fucking song.
Yeah. And
how many times? And you'll still like it.
Yeah,
so
100%.
Guess what? He's a great artist. I don't care. Like
yeah, no, he's.
You can't take that away from him.
Yeah, I'd put Tiger up there, but I think Lil Baby deserves the fourth spot. Or
yeah,
the fifth spot.
I think we're gonna give him the.
But Tiger's like the highest honorable mention, and Travis.
If I redid that list, Drake is definitely at the top.
100%. People say he miss. He doesn't miss.
He doesn't miss.
Drake doesn't miss.
2, we're gonna go with Pop Smoke.
Yeah, seriously, he's like
unreal.
His effect on the culture is just insane.
Yeah,
I have to agree with you.
3 is gonna be.
Like Pop Smoke's the kind of guy, he releases an album. You know how you can add like an album to your playlist?
Yeah.
Or you can add a song to your playlist?
Yeah.
Like with Kanye, got to go through every song, listen 5 times, be like, okay, yeah, I like that. I like Pop Hurricane. I'll put Hurricane in, that's fine, you get that one.
Yeah.
Pop Smoke, just add the whole album.
Exactly.
Don't even listen to it.
Yeah, literally.
Then now listen to it when you're driving.
Literally, yeah. 3 is Tory Lanez.
Yeah, okay.
4 is Future, because he kind
of fell off. What's your favourite Tory Lanez song?
Diego.
Okay, yeah, you said that.
Yeah, Diego.
I want to put people onto a song, Snoop Dogg and Tory Lanez.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it's called, but seriously, that song is like so underappreciated.
Okay, I'm going to go listen to that when I get in the car.
100%.
Yeah. 4th one is Future, because he fell off a little bit. He was good. He was good back in the day.
But how good is Life is Good?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Life is Good as a track. His old stuff
56 Nights.
Oh, 56 Nights.
Bro.
You're going to make me listen to that on the way home.
The problem is, though, he released all that stuff on on YouTube only? Or he had like some kind of issue?
So he went to prison.
Yeah.
He went to jail, and they had recorded all the music on a hard drive.
Yeah.
And obviously
I didn't even know any of this stuff. Yeah.
So his producers and stuff were releasing that music, and they...
Yeah, so 56 Nights never got its debut. It just had to get released.
Because he didn't really have a say in
and it
how
was like
debuted.
on YouTube and SoundCloud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
That's jokes.
But they just released what music they had on the drive.
Yeah.
And then your last one will be Tiger.
I wish I could. Oh, so not Lil Baby.
Oh, did we say Lil? No. Yeah, sorry, Lil Baby.
Lil
Sorry.
Baby, number
Tiger.
5.
Tiger is our honorable mention.
Yeah.
Along with Young Thug and Travis.
Yeah.
Honorable mentions. So we got 3 honorable mentions, and Lil Baby's our 5th. Yeah, I'm happy
Young
with
Thug's new Slime album's good.
Yep.
Love that.
Young Thug is a very interesting character.
But I think he paved the way. And
Yep.
most really good songs, you'll see Young Thug's a feature.
Yeah, very, very true. And it can be something that's very much hip hop or something that's a little less hip hop.
Yeah,
So
I don't know what kind of genre he fits into. It's kind of like a weird one.
He's a weird guy.
Yeah,
so.
he is. But I feel like he's got like the big, he's like a proper artist.
Yeah, oh yeah.
The other ones aren't really.
Yeah.
They're more like rappers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. And if I had to talk about actual like old school rap, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I don't like listen to that much old school rap.
I'm big on old school rap.
You like it?
Yeah. I think it's good.
Did your
music.
appreciation grow when you moved to America?
No, it actually started with my dad. My dad used to listen to a lot of it
Yeah.
when he was growing up, and then he kind of put me on to a few, like Dre and Snoop.
Okay, yeah.
And then, but if I had to give you, I can give you a top 5 easily.
I feel like it's Tupac, Biggie, Snoop, Dre, and...
Tupac's not in my 5.
Okay. Controversial.
So you got B.I.G.
Yeah.
Then you got Snoop.
Yeah.
This is in no
Snoop,
particular order.
Okay, the best 2 influences in the whole world: Snoop Dogg and Shaq. Not you, not you.
Facts.
The other Shaq.
Facts, Big Shaq.
But
yeah.
like those 2, uncontroversial.
Yep.
Kings of their generation and era.
Yep.
Kings in an era where like they shouldn't even be like knowing what like TikTok is. They shouldn't even know, like they shouldn't even have like Instagram accounts.
Yeah.
You know, they're pushing like 50, 60. Snoop's pushing 60, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's involved in like TikTok boxing, YouTube boxing. He's commentating there.
He loves
He's
that
on
shit.
the Super Bowl. He's on
the Super
Menu
Bowl
Log.
is crazy.
He's like Uber Eats.
Yeah.
Dude's everywhere.
Everywhere.
How do you stay relevant
Respect.
for that long? And the real reason is because he's a good bloke.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
That's
what it
very
comes
true.
down to.
Yeah.
So I'd say like those definitely 2 best influences of all time.
100%. So what do we say? We said B.I.G., Snoop, Dre.
Yeah.
And
He's like a big producer. Like he's not really like singing that much, but
2001 is one of the best albums of all time.
Yeah, that's true.
And then the last 2 we have 50 Cent and The Game.
Oh, 50 Cent goes off. You heard about the rumors 50 Cent's Pop Smoke's dad?
Really?
They have the same name.
Wow.
And they're born on the same day. I gotta be fact checked on that stuff. But
yeah,
I've heard
that's a huge rumor.
Yeah. Well, I don't think it's true.
Right.
But they got the same voice.
Yeah.
Deep as.
That's wow. That's very.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
We'll do some research on that
Yeah,
after.
maybe
we'll clip that part if
Yeah.
it's not true.
Yeah, we got to.
No, but yeah, I'm pretty sure the same day, born on the same day, and same name, like the full same name.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. It is crazy.
Yeah, I didn't know that. And then The Game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, the documentary was one of the best albums, I think. So if you haven't heard that, listen to that.
Have a listen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty late now.
Yeah.
10:30.
10:30, right?
I know we're going to talk so much about sleep.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
I got at 8 a.m. tomorrow.
But this is the first night potty.
Yeah.
Came out well.
Yeah.
It kind of stuffed up. This light was supposed to be off.
Oh, right.
But didn't make much difference.
No, I think it's fine.
Whatever.
It's all right.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Night potty went well. That like camping light is doing its job.
Yeah, that's it. No, I'm sure
I feel like it went well.
I'm sure it'll be all good.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, no worries, man. I'll give you a fist bump. As you guys know, a bit injured.
Maybe we'll put the photo up. Actually, no, we can't. YouTube will censor it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But we'll put it on the Instagram.
Okay.
Like on the slides.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Awesome. Yeah, no, that sounds good. But yeah, thanks for having me, man. That
Yeah.
was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was. It was good.
Yeah.
Went deep, hey?
Yeah.
100%.